AFTV, Julian, big smile on your face. First of all, Happy New Year. And it is a Happy New Year because that was a good start.
It was a very good start, although it wasn't a great start, was it, to the game?
Yeah.
It's a good start to the year, but not a great start to the game, because if we look at the negatives and get them out of the way first, poor goal to concede. I saw 3 mistakes in that goal. First of all, Odegaard, bad pass. But he gave the ball away in a very advanced area. That should not have been fatal to then Arsenal conceding a goal. The way we played, we're pushing so many players forward that we do leave ourselves exposed. And it was a very, very simple goal for Brentford, because the difference with them is they get the ball forward very, very quickly. And that's something I could criticise Arsenal about, is that the way we play is very slow in the build-up, and he's all into control. And a number of us have observed that. You don't need to be an expert in understanding football strategy to know that Arteta needs control. And when you have so much control and you have it that far, that much advanced, you can actually lose control. And what they did, they exposed themselves, and Brentford went forward very, very quickly. Then Calafiore, I thought, was poor. He gave too much room. And then Raya, I wouldn't say it was a bad goalkeeping error, but he gave the guy enough scope to put the ball in his near post, which a goalkeeper should never be beaten.
It was you know what, right? If you actually, I don't know, I've only watched it back once, right? But Mbeumo, where he's really clever, is he uses the player when he hits that ball underneath him, which then means that Raya sees it at the last minute. Do you think the mistake for Arsenal is you've got to double up on a player like Mbeumo? He's one of the best in this league. Forget Brentford, one of the best in this league. Surely you've got to double up a player like that. You can't just leave him one-on-one. He's so good.
Well, it's not about doubling up on a particular player. It's about leaving yourself so exposed and having so many players forward and leaving yourself open to the break. So I wouldn't say you've got to...
But he's that good, isn't it? So if you're up against him one-on-one, it's big trouble.
Yeah, but every team's got players like that. And they've got players, I think the left winger, that I was really impressed about. See, when the ball came down that left wing, again, the difference with the way they played, the ball from the goalkeeper went to the left winger. The left winger put the ball in straight away. Raya was able to cut it out, but had that been a slightly better ball, that's going to be another goal for Brentford. You have to have the balance between going forward and having this control and having players back to not be exposed to that kind of that kind of opportunity. One thing you said about that you've only seen it once. Well, I saw it 3 or 4 times, because the difference at Brentford's ground, and this is a criticism of pretty much every away ground we go to, is that when the opposition score a goal, we see it replayed 4 or 5 times. We never see Arsenal goals replayed. So if you're going to ask me about the Arsenal goals, I'm going to be less accurate in what I saw.
Well, you saw them, didn't you?
Yeah.
You're in the ground, aren't you?
Okay, I saw them. I saw it once, and again, I'm really happy to be in the ground, but my seat was low down, so I didn't really get a good perspective of the first Arsenal goal, but I can tell you all about the Brentford goal.
What do you want, a director's box seat, you know what I mean? You are in the away end, you know what I mean? The way you're carrying on, it's like, I know it's New Year's and that, but you're upgrading or something.
Yeah, look, you've asked me. You've asked me a direct question. I'll give you a direct answer. Do I want a director's box ticket? Absolutely, yes, I do. And I'm sure you'd like to be there next to me.
I want to be with the fans, nah, man.
Yeah, but you can have. All right, just on that point is that, and this isn't just true of Arsenal. Every away fan gets stuck normally behind the goal in the worst seats in the ground.
That's the position of Brentford's all right.
That's the way. I mean, everywhere in Brentford is okay, but what I would like to see, and it's a great price. As away fans, we pay I think £31.50 for every away season ticket, which I'm really happy about. I would actually like the opportunity to have the choice of having the seats there, and you can be with what you call the real fans, which is fine, but real fans don't have to sit in the cheapest seats. Real fans, and I'm a real fan, if I had the choice to sit in seats on the halfway line, slightly higher up, and I'd be prepared to pay more than that. I just would like that opportunity.
You know how miserable you are, right?
I'm happy.
You know what? We go away to Europe, people. When they put us high up and behind netting, he's there crying, right? We go now, they put us behind the goal, in the corner, nice position. You're moaning about that as well. Well, what do you want? Heated seats?
Yes.
Yeah, he probably does. You know what I mean?
No, I love heated seats. The first game we ever sat together, we had heated seats. it's just giving us the opportunity to have the choice. I'm not saying I wasn't unhappy with where I sat. I was very happy to be in the ground. And I was very, very happy. There's one thing I did see and have the most absolutely wonderful view of, and it was, for me, I know the year's only not even 1 day old, but the greatest moment of the year so far was seeing Gabriel Martinelli score that goal, and he was literally probably, he was so close to me from where I was. It was just wonderful, wonderful experience.
Yeah, great goal. A lot of players stepping up today. That with Saka being out, Martinelli stepped up. Jesus, another goal for him. I mean, I don't know if a lot of people clock that, but now, what's that? Got to be 4 or 5 goals in the league.
It's 6 goals in 4 games.
Yeah, but I'm on about in the league.
In all competitions.
Yeah, which is a brilliant return. He's hit form again. Martinelli has hit a bit of form as well. These players are stepping up, and Ethan Nwaneri as well, in for Saka, play really, really well. Yeah,
I think the players, if you look at the players we had and the performances, they all played well. But after the first half, you looked at it, and I would say if I was a Brentford fan, I'd be happy with Brentford's performance with the players that they had on the pitch. Their players aren't as good as the Arsenal players, but they actually matched us, and I'm not talking about possession-wise, but in the scoreline, they came in 1-1. And you look at the two managers, you'd have to say, if you're looking at the first half performance, you'd say Thomas Frank was a better manager than Mikel Arteta after the first half, because you're playing with you haven't got the same set of cards as Mikel Arteta. You've got a much better squad. You've got a much better players, and also Brentford have got their injuries as well. And you've competed with Arsenal. And I think that was fantastic.
Yeah, well, listen, a very, very important win. The league's still on for you. I mean, that's it, 6 points now. They do have a game in hand, of course, Liverpool, and they looked brilliant the other night. But listen, we're old enough to know there can be twists and turns in a season. It was important today, and can we still win the league in 2025? Okay,
it was impressive today. It was really important for the league. If we slip any further behind, it's pretty much done. It could happen if we slip further behind, but really, it's going to be almost impossible if we do. We've kept up with them. You look at the next few games for Liverpool. Now, the first thing is we're playing before Liverpool. We're playing Brighton. If we beat Brighton, we're just 3 points behind them. I know they've got then...
they've got United.
All right. No, yes, but think about United's last big performance against a top team. It was against Manchester City, and they play in a certain way. No. What? You don't think they've got any chance?
Any chance whatsoever?
Oh, it's such a pessimist.
Listen, I'm just being serious, right? Yeah, Man City, they've been in a bad moment. Have you been watching Man United?
Yes, I have.
They're going to beat what? They've got a chance against Liverpool.
If I judge it,
focus on another game. Pick another game. Pick another one of the games they've got coming up. They've got no chance.
You ask me a question, and you know what the answer is going to be, because I'm going to be positive, but I'm going to justify that with the last performance I saw, which can justify it, is when they played against Manchester City at Manchester. I think they're better set up to play against the big teams.
Games at Anfield.
Away from home, because look at how they played against us. Look at how they played against us.
They lost 2-0.
They lost 2-0, but against 2 set pieces. They defended, and when a team defends like they do, and they can do, it makes it more difficult.
See how they defended the other night against Newcastle?
Yes, they're really poor.
It was 0-0 last season at Anfield.
Okay. Ty came up with the answer.
I listen to him, man.
No, but I've seen it myself. I've seen it. They have got a chance. But then, all right, let's say you're right. Okay, they've got no chance. Their next 2 games after that, Nottingham Forest away, and they're coming here. So the next 3 games, they've got 2. I think we can both agree that they're very difficult away games at the moment.
Yeah.
And they're playing Man United, who I'm not saying they should be a top team. So there is a chance they can crumble.